Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice.
There it is.
Oh, wow.
Should be live.
Whoa. Wow. Oh.
There we go.
Wow.
We're live.
Oh. Wow. Hey.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Here we are.
Hey.
Back in the studio.
In a studio.
Oh yeah.
For shizzle, my man. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There we go. There we go. All right. Whoa. Whoa. It's very bright. Very bright. Oh my god. What did we stumble upon? This is what they call my soft side. No.
Soft side. Can I get a soft serve scoop of ice cream, please?
Okay.
No. Nuh-uh.
Oh god.
No. Nope.
Nope.
Nuh-uh.
Not even a little bit.
Nuh-uh.
Nope.
Nope. Mm-mm. Nuh-uh.
How are you tonight, sir?
I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good.
Good. I'm glad you're good. I'm glad you're good.
Oh, my God.
Is that really how you feel?
Perfectly how I feel.
Good.
Got a good little stretch. Now I'm feeling refreshed.
Refreshing. Dang. It's okay.
Oh. No.
Who gives, man? What gives? Why not?
Why will?
Why not?
Why will?
You didn't answer my question.
Why will?
You didn't answer my question. Why not?
Why will? Why will?
How does that even make any sense?
Makes perfect sense.
How?
Because it does. It's because I'm different.
Okay. Alright.
I'm different, my man.
I don't know about that.
I'm different.
I don't know about that. It's a little hard to come by these days. Being different is no different than being different. You
I'm
different?
No. Oh.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Are you gonna do it?
Hi, Mom. Hello, mate. Hi, Ma. Gonna do what?
Huh?
Gonna do what?
Do what?
I don't know. You said you're gonna do it, and I said, well, do what?
Are you gonna do it?
And do what? Just do it. Yep.
Exactly. Precisely. That's exactly exactly what I was talking. Oh my god.
Sorry.
I feel really bad like when we eat on stream, but it always seems like when we get on stream,
We're just hungry.
we're hungry.
Yep.
Yeah. And I don't want to like.
Did you eat dinner when you got home?
Oh, your video's frozen.
No. Why?
There we go.
Yes.
And look at that. It looks a million times better.
Woo!
Watch. Watch, it'll change.
So
Watch.
much better. So much better.
Hold on.
I look so much
It'll
better.
change. Don't worry, guys. It's coming. There it is.
Yeah.
You got some pink in there now.
I looked at the light like that's where the camera
Oh, got a
was.
whole foot in there, too.
Woo. Oh, wait. Is it going to get out soon? Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, there it goes. Nice.
All right. Well, toes are out. All right. No holds bars tonight.
No toes.
Speaking of bars.
Toes are a no-no. Toes are a big no-no.
I have a bone to pick. With
Whoa.
a deer rapper that we hold dear in love.
A deer rapper?
A deer rapper. Yes, he has antlers.
This Justin.
Deer rapper. It's top of the leaderboards. Oh, God.
Number 1 in famous charts.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No data.
No.
Nope, we're still streaming. There
Still
you go.
streaming. We're still streaming. Karen of the week this week. Hey.
Yes, we will be doing Karen of the week this week.
Hey.
But I have a bone to pick with a rapper,
Yeah.
i.e. Logic.
Yeah. Which bone?
That
the fibula?
man, that
Fibula?
man,
The weenus?
that man is my
The ass bone?
one of,
The spine?
if not my favorite
The phalanges?
music artist.
The palm? The chin? The jaw?
Every bone,
The skull?
all of my bones to pick. Every bone shall be picked.
Well, that's not fair.
No, it is. Because I haven't got my merch yet that I ordered almost 7 months ago. 6 months ago. Sorry, 6 months ago. And it's supposed to be here, but it hasn't been there. Where's my merch, Logic?
Tell me about it.
I'm looking at you.
Yeah, we're looking at you, Logic,
We're
Mom.
looking at you.
Mom.
Because guess what? Somebody else 2 towns away got theirs. You know what I ordered. You know exactly what I ordered. They got theirs, but I haven't got mine yet. Yeah. Straighten your stuff out. Straighten your toxic logic.
Yeah.
Toxic.
Yeah.
Toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
Like all of them.
No.
I ate
And
this.
you so who ate all of
And
them?
actually, there was
Who
only
ate 'em?
3/4 of that rack left.
Oh, pardon? Actually, I think we all ate them because I can recall sharing them.
I remember having like
Yeah, a good ton. Yeah, you can't.
not a ton.
Well, you can't say you had few because you had a lot.
They sent. Oh
Bitch.
yeah. Well, I should probably complain then, because if they
Yeah.
sent his after you complained, then. You know what? I'm gonna email them, and all I have to say is Miss Van Horn's gonna come.
Disappointed.
After you. Like, she's gonna be there, and she's gonna come with a vengeance. All right.
Yeah, you don't even want to.
Marcus's mom is no joke.
You don't even want to know.
Exactly.
You don't even want to know.
I'm gonna send him an email with just the word Rebecca in it, and he'll know. He'll send the items that I ordered himself. He'll
Personally.
drive them here. He'll
the
drive
10-hour drive.
Exactly. It's not 10 hours. Does he live in Minnesota?
Michigan.
Michigan?
He might live in Michigan. You know who else lives in Michigan?
Who?
Corey Kenshin. One of the best YouTubers that you don't know about because you gave me the eyes like, oh, okay, but you don't know.
I know exactly
Yeah.
who it is. Yeah.
Toxic. No, he's a YouTuber and he does this like really, really good. He calls it Spooky Scary Sunday.
Yeah.
And he says every Sunday he does it, but it's not every Sunday. Man's missed posts left and right.
Yeah.
And he posted one on a Wednesday. Anyways, not hating or anything.
Spooky Scary Sunday, but on a Wednesday.
He's like one of my favorite OG YouTubers.
Yeah.
And he does like Spooky Scary Sundays where he takes like 5 different animations and pretty much just reacts to them. Like he'll link their their socials or whatever in the description, and he'll watch them. It's fucking hilarious. they're like horror films.
Yeah.
And oh my god, he's got like 37, 38 episodes. They're all like 45 minutes long. I've watched them all. Like, I am in love with that series.
I used to fall into holes of like those scary like cartoon like tales on YouTube. Like they would tell a story, but somebody would animate along with the story that they were telling. So it'd be like, oh, I was a pizza delivery driver, and I drove out in the middle of the woods, and there was this house I rolled up to, and all the windows were closed off, and I saw 2 pairs of eyes peering through the front door.
Like,
no, I went around the back because the front was locked, because a pizza driver wouldn't just leave the fucking pizza on the front step. What do you care?
I went to check the back, and as I'm going around the back, I hear some weird cracking from the woods.
So I kept investigating. What are you doing?
I turn with beads of sweat dripping down my face.
Hey, Khalif's here.
Wondering
Marcus
and
be frozen. He's frozen
again?
again? Oh my God. There we go.
There we go.
Unfrozen.
Unfrozen.
He did it because he missed that Sunday.
Yes.
That's what we just said. All right. Get up with the times.
Bro, and then he says, if y'all motherfuckers late again, we roasted him and got like, motherfucker, you don't want us late. Like,
exactly.
You be posting on Mondays, Wednesdays,
exactly.
Friday. He posts every day except for Sunday. No!
I just shut.
What'd you do?
What did you do?
What?
Hold on.
Did you do?
Sorry, I was trying to.
Oh my!
I didn't do anything wrong. Not that you guys can see. I was just messing with something and then I put it back.
Yay!
So anyway, yeah, I enjoy when YouTubers have their own little thing. Like
yes.
Markiplier, honestly, I love the fact that he like does his own thing with his the most recent one was Markiplier's Heist.
Yes.
And then the last one before that was a dinner with Markiplier or a date with Markiplier.
Yes.
All right, corpse.
Yes.
Exactly. But those were really like fun to watch. But like you're talking about the Spooky Scary Sundays. What
Scary Sundays.
What happens on Spooky Scary Sunday?
Yeah, so he, like I said, he goes on Twitter and he's got his own hashtag.
Yeah.
So he looks into the hashtag and he chooses like 5 animations and then he literally just clicks on it, watches it, edits his webcam in the video sometimes, reacts to it, and then goes on to the next animation. And it's like, I don't know, it's nice because you're kind of like watching it with him, and then he reacts to it, and then it's like, oh wow, and then
right,
you keep watching it, and then he keeps reacting to it, and then
there's a lot of reaction content YouTubers.
Is this like changing?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's changing.
Immaculate.
It's changing from like a purple to a pink.
Love it.
Mine is blue.
Blabble.
But yeah. Well, it's blue and purple over here.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna be working on some pretty cool stuff in the setup.
Vag.
That was uncalled for. Can you talk into the mic?
What?
Say something really loud.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Turn it down the sensitivity on our microphone.
Ah!
That's fine.
Ah!
I just don't want to be up here and then like talk regular, and then all of a sudden it starts peaking. You're supposed to be a fist length away from here.
Fist length.
Fist.
That's boring.
Sorry, hold on. I'll be Marcus. So let's do this podcast thing.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No. Nope. Nada.
See what I have to deal with on a day-to-day basis? This fucking guy. Hey, Chris, what's up?
Yeah, Chris is here.
Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Oh, sorry.
It's Chris. I'm gonna lay by the light.
If you need a blanket, you can go over there and grab a blanket.
Nah, I'm just gonna lay by the light. Enjoy my time.
Alright, I just have to keep looking over and make sure that you're not frozen. Frozen again?
Frozen again.
But yeah, the whole reason I brought that up is because... Do you think, the sky's blue when you don't look at it?
Yes.
No, it's not. It's red.
It's actually yellow. Get your facts straight, guy.
Why is it yellow?
Chris can tell you.
Why can't it be red?
Nope. Chris can tell you it's yellow.
Is it yellow? Chris, is the sky really yellow?
Yes.
Hi, Sammy!
Hi, Sammy!
Sorry, Sammy typed in all caps, so we have to reply as such.
Yeah.
Sorry for the... You can blame Sammy for the ear rape over
Blame
the microphone.
Sister Sam.
Exactly.
Sister Sam, man.
Sister Samantha.
My sister.
That would have to be your name if you were a nun. I want you to know that. You would have to hear that on the daily.
Or sister, could you get me a crumpet?
I don't think all
Yep.
all
Nope.
nuns
Nope.
are British.
You don't know that. That doesn't mean that nuns. Oh, easy right. Easy right.
This guy. Got jokes, man. He's got the joke. He's got.
That was pig Latin. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? Pig Latin. What did I say?
Yeah, exactly. What did he say? Type it down in chat. What he said.
What did I say?
Type it down in chat.
Oh yeah.
Come on, where's the kazoo kid?
Oh yeah.
The time is now. The time is now. Can't see me.
You didn't even. Homie said something. Can't see me.
If anybody knows who that is, put it down in chat. Smash the like button.
Johnny Sins.
It's Johnny Sins. Who's Johnny Sins, Marcus? Explain that on stream.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. I have no idea who Johnny Sins is, but
Johnny Sins is Johnny Depp.
But Johnny Depp is an amazing actor. Do you know that he's currently
an actor in what, Nick?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
What else? He does in the movies.
Oh yeah.
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 What else?
What else? Don't yell at me. Let me think. What was the name called?
He didn't. No, for being really, he did like some movie called like Witched or something, or like the Black Lady, or something.
Oh, whoa!
No, I'm not kidding. Like, it's yeah. I'm really not kidding. There's like he did some horror movie that he was like in a house and he had like pale makeup on and stuff.
Barbershop. He would kill people. He would have.
We're thinking about different movies.
Something.
At least we know that he's. Anyways.
Oh, Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, he did that. Well, yeah, but that's not the movie I was talking about.
I was thinking of a
or like Lady in the Black Dress. Maybe that's what I meant. Lady in the Black Dress. Something.
Did he really?
Yeah, it's something like that. I'm almost certain he starred in that movie.
I thought that was Daniel Radcliffe.
I don't know if that's the name of the movie or not.
I don't know. But anyway, he was in a lot of movies.
He was in 50 First Dates.
Yeah, I remember him. He was the penguin. No.
Did you guys see him? He was in the back corner of the scene at exactly 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 3 seconds.
Timestamp that. Khalif, if you're still here.
Timestamp
it. Send it. Hashtag MoosePackPodcast. God damn.
You gotta read.
Dude, your video is frozen pointing at the screen.
Oh my god. I
wanna.
Oh my
just
god.
let me get a quick pic of this. Cause god dang.
I choose you.
Man's is pointing at the screen.
To vote me president.
No.
You know what you should do? You should go, hey you! Watch stream.
Hey. Come on, scan it. You were about to do it. Just scan it. Scan it. God damn it. This is a lot more complicated than it has to be. This is a lot. A lot.
No.
Anyway.
Did you get a picture of it or not?
I did get a picture of it.
Yeah?
Now I'm going to fix your camera.
Yay.
Are you having fun? It sounds like you're slowly like whipping around a room and Okay.
Yeah. Again. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Stop. Luke's gonna go crazy again. Stop.
Well, the reason I brought up Johnny Depp
and not John. Well, no, I brought up Johnny Depp because you said, "Oh, if you guys know who that is," when it's John Cena. I said Johnny Sins.
Well, if we're talking about Johnny Depp, the whole. By the way,
yeah.
the whole theme of tonight is pop culture.
Woo!
Only because I kind of want to just have more of a mellow night tonight. And if you guys have any kind of like pop culture news that you want us to talk about or research or like find more information out while we're talking about it, drop it down in chat. But the reason that I saw that it was a good idea to talk about Johnny Depp is because he's currently going through, or he has
depression.
Can I be serious for 2 minutes?
He probably does have.
Man, look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Depression.
So I locked him in. I don't know. All right. Well, we've lost Marcus for the night. He's currently being hypnotized by the microphone that the
Depression.
So Johnny Depp is currently
Sins.
going through a
Midlife crisis.
A lawsuit.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's a lawsuit. With his ex-wife, or I don't know. I'm pretty sure at this point they're divorced. But he was abused by his either ex or current spouse. I'm not sure for how long. I'm not sure of the specifics, but like,
Mom said, "Wake up, son."
But the whole point I brought that up is because like there's crazy shit that happens to celebrities that we wouldn't even think about.
Yeah, that are also covered up by their labels or whatever.
Well, yeah,
Like we talked about the other night.
right, with the music industry and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. You're listening to some smooth jazz.
It's actually funny because there was an interview with him and a bunch of kids.
Shush.
And he was just doing a regular interview. Nothing weird.
Not an outer view.
And not an outer view. There's no. Well, it was an outer view of where they were.
But that doesn't make it an outer view.
But when he was doing the interview, he had a bandage wrapped around one of his fingers, and one of the kids asked him about it, and he was like, "Oh, he played it off, and didn't really say anything on it." And later on, he testified and went on record to say that like that was, a part of one night that didn't go so well with his spouse. So something had happened, and instead of obviously telling kids that had happened, nobody ever questioned it. It was like, oh, well, he just cut himself on something, da 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 da. But in reality, I'm pretty sure it was broken glass, of some sort that cut his finger in the end. But shit's crazy, man.
Yeah,
like he's for me. He's Captain Jack Sparrow. Like,
Captain Jack Sparrow.
There's other people that know him a lot better for other movies because that's around the time that they were growing up with, whatever. But
Sherlock Holmes was another one. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Was he Sherlock Holmes?
Pretty sure he was Sherlock Holmes.
I thought that was Robert Downey Jr. Pretty sure that was.
I think he still did a Sherlock Holmes one though. I think he did. Because Robert Downey Jr. did do a Sherlock Holmes movie, but I'm almost certain Johnny Depp was in.
No.
No?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Positive?
No. Although he will be in the next Sherlock Holmes.
Maybe that's what I saw.
Yeah, it says,
I was going to say, I saw something of him playing Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, it says Robert Downey Jr. brought his old friend Johnny Depp on board the Warner Bros. Project. If Johnny Depp joins the cast of Sherlock Holmes 3, he's likely to play another popular villain from Sherlock Holmes' universe. The much-awaited Sherlock Holmes 3 has an official release date of December 22nd of next year. So he may very well be.
Mom said no.
He said, "Yeah, who beat him?"
I was wrong.
Johnny Depp.
Movies.
Abuse allegations.
Oh. Okay.
your mom asked. Amber Heard. No.
No.
Yes, Amber Heard. It says that she came to Los Angeles seeking a restraining order against her husband. She found her. Yeah. It's a whole bunch of sneaky stuff. At the heart of the case, let's just read a little excerpt. At the heart of the case was his assertion that the allegations of physical abuse were an elaborate hoax. Depp employed one of the best-known libel barristers? Barristers?
Baristas?
Baristas? It's not a barista, because this is about libel. Libel is like
Barista.
Libel is lying under oath, if I'm not mistaken. In the country trying to prove the claims were untrue. So basically, Amber Heard was lying.
One of his bartenders.
And trying to say that Johnny was the one abusing her. And at the end of the day, that's not the case. And Johnny was not prepared to come out with these things until obviously he was ready, and now he's ready. Or maybe not ready, but he was kind of forced into being ready because he was about to get a restraining order put on him by his ex-wife with these allegations that simply weren't true. So, like, in that situation, you kind of got to tell the truth, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, people are all the time are like, oh, well, you know, most of the time you don't really see in relationships, like, you know, the female abusing the male counterpart or partner in that situation. And here's a prime example of that. Because you don't see it every day. You don't hear about it every day. It's not as like, I don't want to say as likely to happen.
That's common.
But it's less common than you would see the other way around.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, I don't know. I am not Johnny Depp and I'm not Amber Heard, so I cannot say for sure what happened, because I don't even know the whole story, you know, from you know, the internet. So I can't talk about it, you know, like I know all of that. But if in any case, I would love for at least the truth to come out, especially because, like, you see a lot of content creators just get blamed for, you know, some heinous things. Like there's YouTubers blamed all the time for, you know, sexual harassment and, you know, people going after, you know, children, which there has been a few people that have been popped for that, and it was true. But at the same time, there are other people that are just trying to bring, you know, other content creators and people that are above them in, you know, that structure that they might want to be in to the ground. They you know, they want to bring them down. Yeah. And in this case, like, I'm pretty sure Amber Heard is trying to sink the ship with Johnny in it. You know?
Well, sorry.
It's okay, get it out.
The only thing I can think of is she's, yeah, like,
Well, Louis C.K. was, I'll talk about him in a minute, but finish what you were saying. Sorry. Hey, Dea. Barristers are similar to attorneys. That's what Dea said.
Yeah, I forgot what I was saying.
Sorry. But Louis C.K., he is a very, very popular comedian. But there was something put out about your mom said you need coffee.
My mom?
Yeah.
My sister said I need coffee.
Oh, I just saw Van Horn and I was like, oh, it must be Marcus's mom.
Sam,
I didn't look at the first name, I promise.
Sam, I got you.
Sorry.
Thanks, Mom.
Louis C.K. is very popular.
I'm frozen again.
I know.
Oh, you fixed. Oh, what a
yeah,
nice
we're already
guy.
past that.
What a
past
nice
that.
guy. What a nice guy.
Louis K. is a very, very, very funny comedian. But there were some allegations of sexual misconduct, with 5 different women.
Okay.
Now all
Homie
of these.
said I'm getting down and dirty.
All of these sexual assault allegations were false. As far as I know. Yes. Yeah. Rumors of
Damn,
Lisa.
that's wild. That's like one of the
Oh,
only...
actually, sorry.
I was gonna say.
No, I thought this was different. But I was gonna talk about something else afterwards. This is what I was going to talk about. There was articles put out a while back about him masturbating in front of his coworkers. Yeah, and that was true. And I didn't know that was this. I thought this was something different. It was not. But that's what he got in trouble for. But yeah, that's anyway, Johnny Depp.
What?
Okay, but the whole thing, Amber Heard is she's also a very big actress. I'm not sure what. I remember her face. I can't remember what movies she's been in. She was in Aquaman. She was in Aquaman. The Rum Diary. Oh, that's another Johnny Depp movie. She was in the Justice League. She was in Pineapple Express. So she was also in Magic Mike. She was in Zombieland, Machete Kills. She's also in a lot of horror movies.
Zombieland?
Yeah. Yeah. So she also did a lot of horror movies. That's what I'm pretty sure I know her from.
Who did she play in Zombieland?
Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, she was the remember the girlfriend from the beginning where the main character almost gets his face eaten off.
Yeah, 319. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The girl right in the beginning. That was Amber Heard.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'm gonna throw a quick image in here. You guys might remember this one a lot better than.
I was gonna say, cause what's her name played Wichita? Emma Stone.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, this is gonna be quick because I don't want it to. I'm not trying to get copyrighted. There's that. That is Amber Heard in Zombieland. How does she get to keep her role in Aquaman, but Johnny lost his role in Fantastic Beast? Because that's just how the world works, I guess. Unfortunately.
Because men are always abusers.
Well, not even that. Well, yeah.
Men are always the
people
abusers.
jump to conclusions very quickly, and it's a lot easier to assume than to know than to find out what actually happened. And in this case, that's just what happened. And
it looks a lot worse on Johnny than
right.
Amber.
It does, and that's why he got dropped out of Fantastic Beasts, because they do that all the time with actors. It's because they don't want the bad publicity to come with the actor to bring down their movie sales, unfortunately. And because Amber is so because she's looked at as
after she lied about everything, he got his job back on Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, did he really? Nice. But before that happened, like it was just, all right, well, obviously she's not lying, so we got to get rid of Johnny. They're cutting their bad losses, and they put, oh God, what's his name? I will never be able to remember his name.
It's not even like they could have waited to say, "Oh, Johnny, get out of here."
Right.
It's like, "Oh, Johnny abused woman." He's still for a Fantastic Beasts, though?
Yeah, exactly.
People would have been freaking out about that.
They would have been flipping shit.
Yeah. I can't believe he's still playing. I'm not going to see that movie because of what he did. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Exactly.
It's messed up.
It's just, I mean, it's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
I was gonna say that's how it would have happened too. That's exactly what would have happened.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate to see. Like you obviously don't want it to happen. Like I'm sure there were plenty of Johnny's friends. Like just say something about it. Even if he told, I'm not sure if he told anyone, but if he did, it would have been like, dude, why aren't you saying anything? And at the same time, like if he were to come out, right, even before anything, I doubt anybody would have believed him. Yeah. Because it's Johnny Depp. Nothing can ever happen to Johnny Depp. Come on. And a woman abusing Johnny Depp? Pfft. Come on now. That's crazy talk. Pfft.
Yeah.
Could never happen, right?
This is
Amber Heard. All over the news. There you go.
R. Kelly.
Now, I do not know enough about R. Kelly to say what happened. If somebody would
I honestly just don't care.
I don't care enough. I honestly, it's unfortunate that Johnny Depp, lost his Fantastic Beasts thing, and then I'm glad that he got it back. But if I wouldn't have heard about this otherwise, I probably wouldn't have cared either.
And
Just,
again, that's
like,
just how the cookie crumbles too. Like it's like, oh yeah, did you hear that? You know, Johnny Depp got accused of abusing somebody. No, I just don't care for it. Yeah.
I mean, it's like I'm personally just not into like keeping up with that kind of stuff. I'm gonna try to, because I want to make sure that everybody's like aware of what's going on. I feel like it's like in a better form than just like.
And the audio keeps dropping.
You said the audio keeps dropping.
And he says I'm frozen.
You're frozen again. All right, hold on. Here we go. It's back. Or at least it is over here. I'm not sure.
Well, it's like a 2-minute delay for us.
Okay. Is it back? I think it's back. Hopefully. Pretty sure it's back.
Yeah, still got nothing so far. But like I said, it's pretty. Oh no, it's back on now.
All right, cool, awesome. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
See you.
Peace.
Hey. Sorry about that, guys.
All right.
Hopefully nothing stops again. I hear you. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate that. Welcome, everybody who's just joining in.
Yeah.
And guys, if you wouldn't mind, like if you guys want to share that you're watching this or share the stream link or anything like that while you're just sitting here watching, that would be much appreciated as well. Get some more people in here to talk. But where were we? I forget. All right. Nice answer.
Yeah. I don't remember either.
All right.
Something about somebody doing something. Go.
Currently, what is your favorite video game?
Valorant.
Valorant?
Yep.
Okay. I know what Valorant is.
Yep.
You know what Valorant is a lot more than I do.
Yep.
For the viewers, would you
Nope.
mind He makes me want to walk out on my own podcast sometimes. Can you explain what Valorant is to everybody?
All right. Valorant is pretty much a 5v5 shooter game. And it's kind of like Search and Destroy.
Okay.
Search and Destroy is a game mode where there's a bomb given to a team, and they have to go to a planting site and plant the bomb.
Right. So now, just to make sure that everybody knows, the map that that you're on either has 2 or 3 planting sites, and that's just a place in the map that's marked A, B, or sometimes C if there's a third site.
Yeah. So, those 5 players will then go against the defending 5 players to try and, kill them or do what they can to get the bomb planted. And if the attacking team is successful with either killing the entire team or planting the bomb, and the defending team didn't get to the bomb and couldn't defuse it, then the attacking team wins. If the attacking team plants the bomb and dies, then the defending team just has to defuse the bomb to win.
Right.
And if the attacking team dies to the defending team, then the defending team wins and they go on to the next round.
Right. So pretty much the game is 5v5, either to the death or to completion. And to complete it, you either plant the bomb or defuse it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty much, that's pretty much Valorant. It's 5v5. You go and plant the bomb. But your characters, like your team, can have different abilities. Like the character that I play, he has the ability to release like smoke domes.
Hold on. Each character has their own unique power, right?
Yeah.
The unique ability.
Yeah.
What's the name of your character?
Brimstone.
Brimstone. Okay, so Brimstone has 4 abilities, right? Everybody has 4 abilities, but because you have your 3, right? Your 3 that you can buy, and then the 4th one is your ult.
Yeah.
So you have 3 base powers, right, that you can buy at the beginning of any round.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I've been told, at least from playing with these guys, that you wait after the couple rounds just so you have enough money to go around. If you lose or whatever, you just save up. But you can buy 3 of these like
Power-ups.
pretty much. I wasn't sure what to, it's 3 power-ups that you can put in and use during the game. Now, the 4th one you have to work to get. You get energy orbs, right?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much energy orbs. It's just the fact of, like, you have to wait. It's got a cooldown time, pretty much.
Right.
So you'll wait, and then eventually you'll see that you have it. It'll make like a pinging sound when you get it. And then you can use it, and then after you use it, you'll have to wait for that really long cooldown again, which is like, I want to say 3 to 4 rounds roughly. The game goes up to 12, so your team itself has to win 12 rounds. Right, so then it can go back and forth. It can go like, the attacking team won a round, the defending team won a round. Now it's 1-1. Then the defending team won the next round, so it's 1-2. So it's a long process going up, and you have to get to 13, I think.
Yeah, it's 13 to completely win.
Yeah.
And it's first to 13 wins. So no matter what, no matter if you're 10-3. Right, or 11-3, or even 12-3, or 12-1, that other team can get 11 more points and be tied with you and win.
Yeah.
And that game will take that much longer. Now the rounds themselves, have like 5 minutes?
The rounds themselves, it's got to be longer than 5 minutes.
I feel like, yeah, I wanted to say it was a little bit longer. It kind of feels like 5 minutes though. But you also get an allotted time. So if you don't, kill everybody on the other team, or you don't end up planting the spike, which is the bomb that you have to plant, you lose. Or it's whoever has the least amount of players, right? Loses.
What?
Like if you run out of time, like the spike isn't planted, not everybody's dead.
Yeah, it's whatever team has more health.
Right. So whoever collectively has more health on each team wins, and the other team loses that round. But the whole point of me bringing that up was because, video games in general are a big part of our lives. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. But Valorant has, it's like a, For me, at least, it feels like a smash between 2 different games. One being like Overwatch for kind of like the cartoony vibes and everything like that, like the art, and like the abilities aspect. And Overwatch is pretty much the same, not the same game, but it's pretty similar. It's 2 teams versus each other, same general concept.
I think it's a 6v6 in Overwatch.
Right. So just,
and again, you have all these special abilities, and it just gets like almost every player that plays Overwatch is really, really, really good at the game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to kind of get into Overwatch now. But
right, but the game is also it has a competitive aspect. Why don't you tell them about Memphis and how he's connected to this game? Memphis is one of our friends, by the way.
Yes. So Memphis is one of our really close friends.
He streams on Twitch, by the way.
Yes, I'm really, really, really close with him. He's like a brother to me. And he's really good at the game. He is super good at the game. So in the game, if you get a headshot, right, if it's a dead-on headshot, it's 1 shot, 1 kill. If it's like you kind of skimmed him a little bit, it'll be a 2-shot headshot. If it's a body shot, it's like give or take maybe 6-7 bullets. So obviously you're gonna want to go around aiming for the head because it's a 1-shot, 1-shot kill. And oh my god, he is just amazing. He can turn every corner and he'll lock on like there's no tomorrow.
Right. He's a pro level player in terms of skill. I mean, at least compared to the rest of us. He got pretty high in a tournament that he was in. And he was also in a competition with this video game clan called FaZe. They're a very big streamer house.
Like influence group.
Yes, very large influence group.
They make millions upon millions each year. They have a giant group of them living in a $30 mansion to this day. Then they have another big group of them living in a $10 million mansion.
$30 million, by the way, not $30.
Did I say $30 or 30?
Yeah, you said $30.
30 million mansion. It's really impressive what they do. But the FaZe clan started to do a competition within everybody, anybody that you can think about, to send in, video game clips or music clips, video edits, clip art, anything.
They wanted you to send in content for them to basically rate, and it was the first top 100 that Memphis got in.
Yeah, so out of like 14,000 people, Memphis made top 100. So then they went to go on and they announced their top 20 players, who also did a mentioning of everybody in their stream that made the top 100. I didn't watch the entire stream through, so I didn't get to see which position he made. I'm probably going to watch that after podcast tonight. But that is very impressive in my eyes.
In terms of, the scale of the competition, it was nationwide. There was.
I think I undershot the numbers. I think it was closer to like 30,000 people.
Right. So this was a very wide scale competition, and he made pretty high.
He made top 100.
Right, and
that's insane.
Mind you, Memphis is completely dedicated to his craft. He's planning on making this like a pretty big thing.
I am too.
Right, which is also a serious passion of Marcus's. But that Memphis just is an example of how these games that get put out, especially competitive level games like Overwatch, Valorant, Call of Duty, any kind of team-based game gets so competitive, and these even games as simple as Fortnite. I'm pretty sure everybody at this point knows the game Fortnite. Yeah. They had a competition. They still
are having competition. Don't get me wrong. Like, every single game that's out there is potential to be an esports game.
Right.
Rocket League, Overwatch, Valorant, Fortnite.
Right.
Any game that has a competitive touch to it, guaranteed, if you look it up and you search for at least 10 minutes, you'll find a tournament that you can sign up to be in.
Yeah.
And these aren't just like, if you win, you'll be put up on our page. No. Like, Memphis has played in multiple tournaments to win $10,000.
Right. So these tournaments are some of these competitions you can win millions of dollars. Like the winner of the Fortnite Cup last year won $1.4 million, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of money, and he was I don't know if it was last year or the year before that, but the kid was like 16, 17.
Yeah.
He was very young
and won the $1.4 million cash prize.
Right, and that's just because he grinded and created his own craft and made his way up the leaderboards, and luckily got to the position where he was and finally won that title. And that just in video games in general, it's so exciting to see that something that used to be a pastime, right? As early as Pong, right? Pong was a pastime. They would have competitions of Pong. They would have people play each other in Pong, right? Everything's a competition. You can make pretty much anything a competition. But this thing that is so fun to people our age, younger, older, whatever, anybody can get into video games. Literally anybody. It's really easy. You just have to have a console in front of you or a computer in front of you. It's really easy.
And some time to dedicate, because obviously you're not just going to jump into a game and be,
good instantly.
The number one player out of the millions and hundreds of millions of players that actually play every day.
Right.
There's some people in different games. There's a game called CS:GO, which counts for Counter-Strike Global
Defense. No. Global something. CS:GO. Just call it CS:GO.
Yeah, it's Counter-Strike Global Outcome or something. And they have thousands of hours in that game. And I don't know if people really understand what that means.
Snap. They're building a video game stadium in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I heard that a while ago. But they it's not just because they've had the game downloaded on their console for, a couple months. No. They've been in the game, signed in.
They've been putting their time
in a game,
yeah,
playing the game for thousands of hours. They're not consecutive, obviously.
Yeah, but the whole point of your statement is that these people are putting their time into these games.
They're putting everything into the game. How we're putting 2 dedicated days of 3 hours into the podcast, and we actually we try, we do the lighting, we do a setup, we have cameras, we have mics, we do what we can so that way it looks good, and we do what we can so that way you guys enjoy, and then hopefully we'll start to grow a little bit, and then we'll be on our way with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I try a lot with this whole fucking setup. I put a lot of money into this whole situation, and it the more effort you put into what you're doing, obviously you're going to get better outcome. And, it's just, when it comes to video games, especially if you're so passionate about, the video game that you're playing, or, just the culture in general, there's a video game culture, it's there, it's been there for years. And, if you're a part of this culture, and you practice these games as an extension of yourself. It's like another thing, especially if you want to make money off of it.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I've actually played in a couple of tournaments. I've called out of work to play in tournaments. It's just something you gotta do. It got to the point. I used to play Fortnite all the time. I used to be pretty decent at Fortnite, I'd say. And it got to the point where they would do tournaments that I could play in, but every time they'd have a tournament, I would work through the entire tournament.
Yeah.
So one day I was feeling great, and I was like, I'm gonna call out and I'm gonna play this tournament. It's cash prize at $10,000. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. So yeah. I went, I played, and I placed I want to say top 250, which isn't bad, but obviously I didn't win anything. I think up to the top 100 won something. I think absolute 100th place won. I want to say $1,000. So even
still pretty good.
Yeah, even if you still didn't make it, you still made it. You still made something.
Yeah, you showed up. You got something. I mean, it's just, and I'm not saying you're not putting enough work in, but you're one of those people that put the work in. You're trying to get out there. You're trying to do these things, and the more that you do that, you're gonna get better, and you have been getting better. Every time that we play Valorant, you're doing a lot better.
Every time. So when I first logged on to Valorant the other day, I was playing with Memphis. Obviously I wasn't good. I wasn't, necessarily used to aiming straight for people's faces. So I didn't get the kill right away, but they they've been playing the game, so they locked onto my head and they got the kill on me.
Yeah.
So I literally sat down in my room for hours just doing like a practice game mode where like random bots would spawn in and I could just like turn and shoot them, turn and shoot them, turn and shoot them.
Yeah.
And I spent hours just doing that. I stayed up till like 3 a.m. one night playing. And that first day I got on, the most amount of kills I'd get would be 3. We got off last night. And I finished with my game's average, my low average to be 8 kills, and my high average to be 17.
Nice.
So that just really shows you what the couple of hours take. Like my high average the first day I started playing was 3 kills. Now my low average, like I want to say my bare minimum that you'll see me do is 8 kills.
Right.
That is like just a drastic jump.
Yeah.
And I spent 2-3 hours just doing the same thing over and over
Grinding.
and over again. It really just shows you like what work's gonna do, and I'm gonna keep putting in this work. Like that's why I like doing what I do at work.
Yeah.
I am needed everywhere in my department. So I like being here. I like being here. Even though sometimes it could get stressful.
Yeah.
You're getting it done. You're proving to other people that like this 18-year-old kid, he's kind of like a front end manager, but he's 18.
Yeah.
It's just proving to people like it doesn't matter what you do. It matters how you do it, how efficiently you do it, how well you can do something, which is why people at any job you'll see hours will get cut and they'll be like, man, I don't know why. But then you'll see the same 2-3 people in every day working the same 8-hour shift. It's because they do what they do. They make that.
Oh, snap. The phone is in the middle of the dang.
They make that department
Sorry, guys.
the best that it can be. They do what they can to their best of their abilities, and it makes the store run so much better.
Yeah.
So when you go for video games, and I still don't think a lot of people understand, it's like if you do your best to your ability, you're going to do great things. And they don't understand, like, even right now, tonight, at this very moment, there's a couple of tournaments going on.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
And, kids are winning thousands of dollars. It's a lot easier to make a living off of video games now than it would have been 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
It's easier to make money off of video games now than it was 2 years ago.
It's
the gaming community is and I believe will forever be growing, especially with like the new releases of the PS5 and the new Xbox and everything like that. Like it's so much. Even if you have a computer, like you can play League of Legends, which is a very, very, very popular video game on PC that a lot of people play. You can play World of Warcraft, which a lot of people are aware of.
a lot of people. There's like hundreds of millions of people.
World of Warcraft has been around for years. And it's still popping. Like, people still log in and play it day after day. And because this community is getting easier and easier to access, it will.
It's a Facebook-sponsored FIFA game.
Exactly. But it's just it's crazy to see how the evolution of this community has changed so much from that very first game that was put onto the screens in our country.
It's also a lot easier to now, right, within these past couple of months, to make music.
Oh, excuse me.
And be successful with it.
Right.
All you have to do is get a solid beat. And then just get it on a platform.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a singer. You don't have to be, a a songwriter. You don't have to have lyrics. You don't have to be a rapper. You don't have to be musically inclined really at all.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a simple beat off of a couple different loops, off of some music software that you found. It's going to sound good. You're going to be really proud of it. You'll record it. And then you can just send that MP3 file out to a platform.
There you go.
And it starts from there.
I don't think you can say that you can't be completely like non-musically inclined, because you have to at least have a little bit of skill.
A little bit.
Good night, buddy.
Tater.
Everybody say good night to Tater.
Good night.
Good night.
Yes, you are keeping him up. No. If anything, you guys are keeping me up. I have to go to work I have to be in work by 4 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to bed as soon as I get a snack after stream. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's like it's still pretty easy. Like most of my beats I make are off of GarageBand.
Right.
And literally the only thing I do is I'll click on a sound. I'll be like, "Wow, that sounds pretty cool."
Right.
I'll use that. I'll put it in. I might edit a little bit of it, like the tone of it, the speed of it, and the pitch and everything like that.
Right.
I'll edit that. I'll put some drums in it. I'll put maybe a guitar, some bass. It'll come together. I'll record it, put some effects in it, and then I've got a song that could put lyrics onto it and then be released as a single or be released as an album.
Yeah.
There's another music software that I'm trying to get into currently, which is a little bit more professional. And you actually make your own beats off of it. Like, you select the chords, you select the keys that you want. You actually make the beat. You don't just have pre-recorded loops. There's loops in there that you can use, but the main subject of the program is for you to go in, make your own chords, make your own beat, and then you can take that from there and again just crump it down into an MP3 file and just send it out to another software. It's really just as easy as a click of two buttons to get that out of there. So.
And I personally haven't had too much experience in music, but I did do a little bit of work. We had to occasionally make music for some of our projects in school, high school, and it really wasn't too hard. We used GarageBand too, but we used it on the MacBook, the Mac, the iMacs that we had.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit, I would say, a little bit more akin to what you're talking about with you said FL Studios, right?
Yeah.
It's a little bit more akin to FL Studios. Maybe not layout wise. It's a lot simpler than FL Studios is. But it has, you have the ability to plug in like a MIDI output. So like you have like a little keyboard that you can plug into it, and you can use the keyboard to make sounds and stuff. But you also have the loops. So, it depends on whatever software you're using, but the accessibility that everybody has, because it's it's right there in front of your fingertips, is really it's really nice, especially because you're an up and coming artist. At least you want to be a soon to be bigger artist, hopefully, at least hopefully you're trying to get bigger.
I do have some stuff coming up. I'm working with a couple different people with a couple different beats and stuff, so just be on the lookout. I'm hoping to have that stuff finished up, ready and done by the end of next week. So just keep an eye on social media and stuff. I should be releasing a little something for you guys soon.
Little something.
Yeah, that's a big life step that I'm taking right now. I'm currently like every day either working on playing video games, because I'm gonna get bigger in video games. I'm gonna be bigger streaming. I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna make it happen. It's not I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do what I can to make this happen. I've
Right.
been wanting to do it since I've been a kid, since the first time I picked up one of those controllers for Guitar Hero
Yeah.
and just played Guitar Hero for the night.
Yeah. It's one of your passions. I get it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get the PC upgrades that I need to make my stream better. I'm gonna sit on the game for the downtime that I have, my off days, the times that I get off of work, from then until I have to go to bed for work the next day. After podcast, I'm gonna go down and and play a couple rounds because
Yeah.
I don't have to be working until later that night tomorrow.
Right.
So, and I might even play after work tomorrow because
Right.
I don't have to be in until later in the day.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
Valorant isn't even like, it doesn't have to be a competitive game either. I am by no means a competitive player, especially in comparison to Memphis and Marcus, but I mean, I've been jumping on a couple times with you guys, and I mean, I've been getting better since I've been playing with you guys.
yeah.
And I started off pretty dookie trash can, so even for non-competitive players, get with a couple friends. It's really easy to get into, especially if you have a group of friends that are willing to play the game with you. It's an enjoyable experience that is a lot. I wouldn't say completely not frustrating, because I have my times of getting frustrated with the game, but it's a really nice experience, especially because you can build and grow with a team that you make. That's the good thing about these games. You pick and choose your teammates. You have, especially if you have friend groups that are really close like that. Like, we have a good few friends that are into gaming as well, so I mean, we kind of have an advantage in that case. So we're already friends, and they also like to game, which is awesome.
And it's really not like I used to stream. I stopped streaming for a little bit because I'm having issues with my computer. So every time I would stream, like, everything would just lag and it'd be really laggy.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting to currently get a new PC upgrade. I'm not gonna go ahead and take that step up until maybe the new year,
Right.
or after holidays, because I could buy it, but I'm pretty sure I've talked to a couple different people about it, and they could very well like go out and buy it or give me money to buy it, and I could be like, well, I already bought it, so.
Right.
I'm just currently gonna wait. But my goal for streaming the video games is gonna be either by New Year's or after New Year's, and that's when you guys can really start expecting, like, I'm hoping by then to be closer to Memphis's level of being like pretty close to pro level gaming. That I know I can do it with the way that I'm going. I've even talked to Memphis. Memphis even said it himself. With the way that I'm going, I can be at his level. I just need to keep going.
Keep practicing, right?
So,
And that's all that that's really all that matters when it comes to these things. You just have to practice. And everybody has to practice their craft. Like construction workers, they have to practice construction to make sure that they're a good construction worker. Musicians, they have to make sure that they know the musical instruments that they're using are to what they need them to be. The software that they're using to maybe edit that music, they need to make sure that they know all the functions and everything so that they can make their music the best that it can be.
Hi, Jada.
Hi, Jada. But it's a matter of learning that skill to learn and grow,
And soon to perfect it.
right. And I don't think anything can ever be perfect. I don't think you will ever be the perfect player, and I don't think I will ever be the best editor or the best podcaster, but I'm going to very well try my damn best to be that, and I don't think that you're going to do any different. And just because you're not the best right now doesn't mean a few weeks down the road you're not going to still try to be the best.
Exactly.
It's
really just the fact of setting a schedule for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like if you know you work an average 8 hours of the day, right? And you'll sleep an average 8 hours of the day. That's 16 hours of your day, right?
Right.
So then that leaves you with roughly what? Another 8 hours. So then we'll take away 2 hours for eating, you know, maybe 3 hours. Okay, that's 5 hours left. Granted, I eat and play my game at the same time.
Right.
I sacrifice that time if I can to, you know, multitask because there is downtime in between rounds that you're kind of just sitting there.
Right.
So while I'm waiting for my my game to load up, or I'm waiting for the next round, or I died and I'm just spectating, I'll just eat.
Right.
And then when I'm done, I'll wipe off my hands and I'll keep going. Like I'll have
Right.
a napkin. I'm still, you know. And then when I'm done with dinner, I'll say, "Hey guys, let's pause the game real quick. I gotta run this up." I'll put it away. It's just still being responsible, but doing what you can, you know, for the max. But
Yeah. You have to also make sacrifices.
we'll give it 3 hours for eating, right? And 2 hours for downtime.
So it takes 10,000 hours to be considered a master at something.
So 8-hour day of work, 8 hours of sleeping, 3 hours to eat and do, you know, whatever, and then 2 hours of downtime. You still have 3 more hours left to do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3 more hours of your day.
Hold on. That's 16.
16, then another 5. 3 hours. Thanks.
It's okay. I'm just making sure you. I got you.
Thank you.
I got you.
Yep. Thank you.
I got you.
Appreciate it.
Of course.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Anyways, it's 3 hours, even 6 hours that I put into game. When I streamed for, you know, 6-7 hours.
Oh, actually, the thing that Chris said is actually scientifically proven.
Jeez. That's a lot of hours.
It is a lot of hours.
But I mean, it's, you know, it's just how it is. You like that just shows you how much work you have to put into you know, being best of the best.
Yeah.
And it can come down to literally just video games in general.
Right.
Like you can master playing video games, but it gets more complex to that. Like for you to master video games, you'd have to have 10,000 hours in however many video. Like I can say I'm an average player in a first person shooter game.
Right.
You know, I would also agree that Memphis is a pro gamer in a first person shooter game.
Right.
I just need that extra time to get a steady hand with the mouse.
Right.
And then I will be reaching my point of hopefully hitting pro level and start going into tournaments and actually like gaining money and gaining positions and stuff. Like when Memphis played in a couple of tournaments, he placed top 10 in a lot of them. I think the highest he's placed in a $10,000 tournament was 5th place. I don't know,
Which is really good.
I don't know if he won anything,
Okay.
but he places really high and he plays really, really good. It's 5 years of 40 hours weeks. That why my school is 5 years. See, I can do that. I'm comfortable with doing that.
Right. And so am I, you know. Have you ever heard the term flow state?
It sounds familiar.
Okay, so a flow state is something that you often experience when you play video games. It's that state where you feel so concentrated in the thing that you're doing, in your case being the video game. You feel so concentrated about that thing that you're doing that it just feels natural. That it feels like your brain is morphed with the game that you're playing, and you're playing off of muscle memory and out of your head, and it's that feeling that you get when you finally feel like what you're doing is natural to you. And the reason I bring that up is I feel as though these pro level gamers and the people that like really get up there, right? Even in, let's just narrow it down to gaming, but in general, if people find this flow state for themselves in life, in video games, in editing, in making music, in I don't know, doing any job that they're doing, it makes them 1,000 times more efficient. It improves their productivity level. It's something that some people, if they realize it, try to master, And I feel like once you get to that 10,000 hour point, that what Chris said, 5 years of 40 hours a week does to you and brings you to that 10,000 hour mark. I don't even think the masters really know how to get to that flow state. I don't think it's conscious. Do you think it's a conscious decision to get into that flow state?
I think it just happens.
Right. I don't think you can force yourself to be in a flow state. I don't think you can force yourself to do anything efficiently. I mean, you can do things to your best, the best of your ability.
I mean, for the masters of the games, they kind of just lock in.
Yeah.
Like they sign on and that's their flow state. Like they're there.
They unlock their flow state.
It's
unconsciously.
It doesn't even have to come to shoot, let me aim a little bit higher, or shoot, let me make sure I play this right, or let me make sure I play the right character. Do I know how to play this character?
Right.
It just comes without thought. Like,
exactly. It's for them because they've been doing it for those 10,000 hours or more. Because they've been doing it for that long, it's just another part of their day. It's just
the amount of difficulty of like causing yourself to have a lucid dream.
Well, can you say it a little bit?
It's the same amount of difficulty of like causing yourself to have a lucid dream.
Right. So, I mean, people practice that as well. They practice, trying to make themselves fall into a lucid dream, or when they are in a dream, try to realize that they are, right? Like I've heard plenty of people like, oh, okay, when you go into a dream, try to remember an object, right? That object being your anchor point to knowing that you're in that dream. So some people say like, every time you go into a dream, you try to remember red ball right before you go to bed, so that when you go into that dream, there may or may not be a red ball in your dream. And if you realize that red ball is in your dream, you can realize that you're in a dream and control it thus far. Make sense?
Yeah.
So that's the practice of lucid dreaming. For gamers, right, it's that practice of sitting down, putting your hand on your keyboard and your mouse or on your controller, and grinding and grinding and grinding. And if they're a streamer, turning on that camera and grinding for people to watch.
Yeah.
It's another part of their day. It's like brushing your teeth. It's like doing your laundry. It's like anything else. It feels like anything else you would do through your day.
Yeah.
But it's one of the best things.
It's For me, I can sit on the same game all day.
Yeah, Chris even said red bouncing ball.
I can sit on Valorant. If I have Memphis, I can sit on Valorant all day. Because at that point, it's not just playing the game, but it's I see it as it's making memories. It's making the time worth. And even then, that's unfair to say, because you being on the game and just practicing playing with other people and seeing other people's play styles helps you grow in that game so much more than you think it does, like unconsciously, because then you'll remember the situations that you were in and you'll learn from it without even realizing it. You'll be like, oh shit, around this corner there's going to be somebody here. Or, in this back corner somebody's going to be here, because you'll just start to be able to read what's going on around you. You'll be able to read how to react and where to place yourself and where to be in that exact moment, where to aim, where to shoot, how to play that, which ability you're going to use. You'll start to learn and actually grow and know what to do before the game even started.
Right.
It's just the matter of really, really, really playing and just enjoying yourself. Because if you play and you sit there and you get frustrated, you're not going to remember anything other than why you got frustrated.
Right.
But if you play there, you laugh, you giggle, talk about what to say to make your friend piss off, or to make your friend laugh. And that's the best part about it, because that's why I'm so intrigued to be an influencer, because you get to have fun with your friends. You get to, even without your friends, make new ones and play by yourself. And then even then, you'll start getting recognition. Like, oh my God, this is him. Like, hey, you want to play? So even if you don't have somebody there to play with you, somebody else is willing to play because they saw your stream, or they saw your podcast, or whatever you do. They'll listen to your music. They'll be like, hey, you want to do this with me? Hey, do you want to do that?
Yeah. And
it's just a whole bunch of different opportunities. But in the midst of it, you're bringing yourself to a state of calm and collectiveness.
Yeah, you're in the zone.
It's amazing.
Now, Jada brought up a pretty cool question. She said, so, question. There are people who can lucid dream naturally and without even trying, like Jada herself. Do you think there are people with that natural ability in terms of video games?
Yes.
I think everybody has a natural ability to do something. Everybody, at least something. If you think you have no skill, think of that one thing. I don't even think you haven't found it yet. I think you always have something that you're good at, even if you don't realize it. You could be good at cleaning your house and you wouldn't realize it. You could be good at, I don't know, good at driving your car and you don't realize it. You could be good at literally anything. Something comes naturally to everyone. For me, can you guess what my natural ability is?
Talking.
So,
but no, I think my natural ability is listening to music, understanding it, interpreting it, and then making music. I can hear something, and within seconds inside my head, it's an entire beat ready to go.
Right.
I can hear a car alarm go off for, a split second, and just that tone, I'll start just working and making different sounds and doing what I can just in my head, and then I'll be like, man, I should jot that down, but where I'm at the time, I just can't.
Honestly, dude, you should start bringing a notebook or something around with you.
I should, but I love it because it's the fact of when people are talking to me too, and they say something just slightly similar, I'm off. I'm like, oh, da 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 da, and I'm going off. I'm making an entire rap list of just rhymes.
Right.
And I definitely think some people just have that feel for like something just clicks when they log into a video game, and they feel when to make the movement. They like you literally feel it.
Yeah.
It's a weird sensation to try and describe, but you'll feel it, and then it'll just happen.
Mm-hmm.
And the less that you really focus on feeling it and focus on what you're doing with the game, is the more that you'll feel it, and the more that it'll happen during the game.
Right.
The more that you focus on what your friends are talking about, or the more that you just really relax and free your mind, like not have that back thought of like, well, what if I die? What if I do this? Just kind of open your mind a little bit, is the second that you're just sailing. And that's like, this is probably going to sound really conceited. That's what I love about myself. I love that with my mind, without even trying, without even meaning to, I can, like I said, I can just hear something and I'll go off in my head. And it distracts me, but in a good sense.
Right.
Like, I can still, if I'm at work, I can still get my work done, but I'll still have that sense of urgency, like, hey, like, I should make this into a beat when I get home, or hey, I should work on this when I get back to the house.
Yeah.
And I'll end up actually doing it. Or I'll get that idea. Like, I have an idea for songs now and stuff. I would go into detail, but
you're gonna have to wait and find out.
Yeah, those songs are actually going to be used, or those ideas are going to be used for music that I'm releasing soon.
Exactly.
So,
gotta wait and see what kind of music it is.
Yeah. But it is the way that it ties in with the original story that I have and the original lyrics that I have, the plot of the story, how I can twist it and just kind of manage it to be my own, is kind of the best feeling that I get. You can really just go off in your own ways and make something your own,
right?
Even when you think it's not. Even this is a better example. If you're you're cooking dinner for somebody one night,
right,
and you look up online the ingredients, the second you don't follow the ingredients, it's yours.
Yeah.
That is your meal.
Well, I get that, but I think we're getting away from that natural mastery kind of topic. I mean, you can. I feel like there's natural mastery everywhere, especially like even if now that we're talking about cooking, there's plenty of naturally gifted cooks. There are plenty of naturally gifted gamers. Like I feel like there are people that are just born to do specific things, and it's not a bad thing. There's just something, that thing that you're best to do, like that you do your best, is the thing that you were meant to do. Like it's built into you. And as much as you try to change that natural ability, like your natural ability might be to learn. Your natural ability, your natural mastery that you just develop subconsciously or consciously, it could be anywhere from playing chess to, being able to memorize almost every single menu option at all fast food joints. It could be anything. It could be anything.
Another one that I just thought about is some people, I'm pretty good with this too. Some people can look at a really long digited number one time and remember pretty much fully the entire thing.
Yeah. There was a guy on this a TV show that I used to watch. I think it was Stan Lee's Superhumans. It was a very short TV show, but it was the host would go around. He was like one of the most flexible people on earth or whatever, but he would find people that had other, quote unquote superhuman abilities, and this one guy had such a good memory that he could just remember numbers. Like, that was his special ability. He could just remember numbers upon numbers upon numbers if you showed them to him one time. So the test was for him to go through Home Depot with the host, and the host would he picked a cart full of items, literally anything, right? And he would have to remember every single price to those items. And they would obviously bring this to the checkout and have them scan each item individually, and he would repeat them before they would scan them. So they went through this entire cart, right? And one of the items he got wrong. Supposedly, he got wrong, right? And he was like, no. I know for sure that this item was this price. And sure enough, they went back to the aisle, and the price was wrong in the computer. So this guy had a natural mastery of just numbers, memorizing these numbers wherever he was put, right? To remember these numbers, he could just go.
Yeah.
And
so, do you think naturally gifted is the same thing as mastery?
No.
They're different. Naturally gifted is like the difference between, if we're going off of video games, right, because that's the first thing I can think of, the difference between an average gamer and a pro gamer.
Well, I kind of just thought about it a little bit. I believe that naturally gifted is not the same as natural mastery. But if you are naturally gifted at something, you could create the road to become naturally mastered. Like that could be your skill, your natural mastery that's, stuck into you.
When I think of naturally gifted, it just means like you kind of just jumped into something.
Yeah.
And you're as good as somebody that's been doing it for a year, 2 years, 3 years.
Right. Like, you can just pick it up and learn it. Well, maybe not. Like, if you're, like, there are kids that are naturally gifted at learning the piano. But later on in life, because they don't continue learning the piano, they never become naturally, like, that's just not their mastery, Yeah. Being naturally masterful and just doing things off of your own accord, like, I feel like it's like, to naturally master something, it's you're creating it your own, but at the same time, that's your mastery. That is what you are the best at yourself, whatever it may be. That is one thing that you can say that you are absolutely the best at. That is your best. That's your best ability, your best trait. Naturally gifted, like.
Naturally gifted is something that just kind of comes to you.
Right. Like,
it's not like you've. It's not like you're as good as somebody that's been doing it their entire life.
Right.
But you pick it up a lot easier than other people.
Right. Like, me personally, I pick up tasks. Like, I wouldn't say like tasks, but I pick up jobs very easily because I learn them very quickly.
Chris said you may be naturally gifted in something, but there's always something that will need to be learned.
Exactly. That's the same, like, bringing it back around to video games. You'll never be that master at that video game. I don't think anybody, especially on like an online game will ever be the true master of that video game. Only because there's always room for improvement. Like Ninja, he just got surpassed by somebody that started that streamed way longer than he did. You know, he got his one of his records beat recently by someone that gained more streaming hours than he did. Which, you know, it's whatever, but like, you know, he's not the master of streaming. You know?
I mean, when it comes to streaming, nobody's the master of streaming. There's always things that can be fixed, and there's always something that can have improvement.
Right. There's that room for improvement.
But people can be, you know, good at it, obviously.
Yes, I'm not saying like Ninja is not like good at what he does. He's one of the best at what he does. Obviously, by the paycheck that he gets every month. You know, he makes millions.
But yeah, it's really just the fact of kind of like tying up the subject a little bit. The fact of working and doing what you can, even if you're naturally gifted, you need to work and still put in work. Like, you can be naturally gifted at something, but you can also, in certain situations, lose that gift. You know?
Yeah.
Like, when you first start something, you can be naturally gifted at it. And, like you said, like piano, like, you can be amazing at piano for whatever reason. And then if you drop it and go and try and start to make your natural gift into something else,
right,
you do have the potential of losing that gift at piano. It's not always a guaranteed thing. You know, like, yes, I can be pretty good at video games, but if I stop playing for even just a week, I need to get that time back up. I need to work. I need to, you know, because I'm not used to everything that I've been doing. My muscle memory isn't there. My subconscious thought of what I need to do is not there anymore. And there's always stuff that you still need to improve on, because even just within that week, there's something that you missed.
Right.
And that's really just the bigger thing of really being out there and really being in industries. You just have to work and actually put in your time. Nothing comes easy.
So Chris just said something. The other problem in video games is that constant I couldn't quite read that.
They constantly repatch
the game you may be skilled at one time in the game, but when a new patch comes out, it might be completely different. Yeah. So the bad thing about, like, I think when Fortnite was first getting popular and we were really starting to play it and really enjoy it, they started to add new features that just weren't. They didn't make the game as hard.
They added new features that did not need to be added. The video gaming company that made that game freaked out.
Yeah.
The gaming company that released it is called Epic Games.
Mm-hmm.
They've made a couple other games in the past, and the blow up of the game was unreal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They released the game September of 2018, maybe even before that. They've had a different game mode that's been out since 2011.
Right.
But the free version of the game, the PvP version, came out in 2018, I believe, September 2018. And it's in October of 2018 that they hit over 10 million players. They blew up out of nowhere, and their numbers were rising. They made it on the news. They made it into households that, you know, you couldn't even think of that were households.
Yeah.
Like, they did so much, and they just wanted their numbers to keep rising. They wanted to keep everybody entertained, keep everybody there, and they were like, well, what can we do? And the only thing they could have thought was updating it, changing it, putting in new aspects, listening to the community, going off of what the community says they want.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did. They never finished putting out a fully complete version of that game, and they're not going to. That game,
I don't think they will.
No, they're not going to, because that game's going to stay in beta because they update it once a week. They put in a new weapon at least once a week.
Yeah.
And then they change, like 3 things about the map.
Well, yeah, and
within a month.
Their ability to stay in beta is, I think, advantageous to them and a bunch of other games like Valorant. They're still in beta, right?
They might be.
But whatever the case may be, like, that game, I don't think will ever come out as a fully fledged game because of the changes you're allowed to make, especially drastic changes like they make, that you're allowed to make during betas, because nobody's really going to say anything, because it's this beta right now, and when not when, but if it were ever like an actual like fully fledged released game, like say like I don't need I don't know. Say like any big game that you can think of. The first thing that comes to mind is like Fallout, but not everybody knows that. So say like Fallout or Skyrim or Gears of War, right? If you're an Xbox player.
I thought of Gears of War because we were on the topic of Epic.
But, if any of those games, like, after the fact was just like, oh, we're gonna release this gigantic update that completely changes the entire game. So now you go back in and you don't recognize anything. Good luck. Their communities would be pissed, And there's been plenty of cases where the Fortnite community has been pissed about, the changes that they made. You can unplug it real quick and then take it out if you want.
That's okay.
But like because they're in this beta, they're not really liable for all the flack that they would usually get if they were a fully released game.
Yeah. So it's just the fact of like there's so much that can be done with very little reason for it. And that's like outstanding, honestly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I do think it's getting around that special time of the week.
I think it may be as well. I was trying to
look at the hashtag.
I was trying to look at the hashtag, but there's nothing under the hashtags.
Well,
do you have your Karen story?
Let me think. I'm trying to think of a good Karen story to think of. Stream, for everybody wondering, this is the official time for Karen of the Week.
Yes, Karen of the Week, Karen of the Week, Karen of the Week.
Karen of the Week is starting right now.
Right now. Hold on. We gotta wait 2 more minutes.
Good, that gives me 2 minutes to think of my Karen.
And it gives me 2 minutes to look for these tags. I'm gonna go on Facebook.
I mean, I don't know. I have a kind of shitty one from today. It's not like a good Karen story, but it's something.
Okay, so it's no.
You checked Instagram?
I checked Instagram.
Checked Facebook?
I'm checking Facebook right now. There's a moose. Oh, Nope. Now it's just coming up with Moose stuff. So there's nothing on Facebook. I looked up MoosePackPodcast on Facebook, and it's a bunch of my posts and then a bunch of moose. Let's see. Let's go under photos.
I'm gonna look at Twitter.
Let's go at videos. Just a bunch of moose videos. All right. Now it's officially the obsessive saran wrap lady. Chris and his obsessive saran wrap lady. Hold on, Chris. We got to save your story for the good Kush Karen story.
Bonus Karen co-star.
The bonus Karen co-star.
All right. So I mean, I have a story from today.
Okay.
So this guy comes up to get services.
Guest services.
And he's like, "Is somebody working here? Do you work here?
Oh snap!
Is somebody working at this desk? Is somebody here? Is somebody working here? Do you work here?"
I know I'm interrupting you, but this is Dad's new skateboard.
Nice. That looks sick.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
But I'm like, yeah, like, hi, hi, how can I help you? He's like, well, I just came from your register, and these towels are ringing up 10, but there's a sale sign for 5 back there.
Right.
And I'm like, okay. And he's like, and they wouldn't give it to me. So are you gonna give me the price? And I'm like, I mean, I can check. And he's like, don't tell me you don't know because there's a sign back there. And I'm like,
how are you supposed to know?
I'm like, I can check, but
if there's no sign, there's no sign.
That's about it. So I called somebody. He's like, I know there was a sign back there. It was back there. I saw it. This is getting ridiculous. Why do I have to wait if I saw the sign back there?
Oh my god.
And I'm calling somebody in the department.
Right. Like, stop being a dingleberry. Stop it.
So then he's like, this is ridiculous. I don't understand why I have to wait. When I saw the sign, I know the sign's back there.
Oh my god.
I'm like, I didn't even say anything to the guy at that point, because then now he's shrugging his shoulders. He's like,
of course.
I'm like, guy, you throwing your hands up and looking around and being all antsy isn't gonna get you anywhere. It's making you suspect.
Right.
Why are you? So right, I'm calling and they're like, oh yeah, it's there is a sign, but it's not for the product. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, can you tell me what the product is? And nobody answered, so I went back and did it. And there was a sign, so as soon as I come back up and I start doing it, he's like, oh, hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. You know what? You have a good one. And have a good one. Have a good day. And you stay. Okay, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for being a dickhead and then thanking me for it.
Yeah. Like, get out of here.
Jeez, man. Jace, man.
Yeah, so
I mean,
bruv. That story kind of. Oh, I have a different story. It's not a Karen, but I have a story. We have a story. Yeah.
We have a really big story.
Because I don't think we really have a Karen story for this week.
Well, we've got to get Chris's story in here. Don't say we don't have a story for this week.
Yeah. But there's this cash card scam that people can do. So today we actually had somebody come in and try and do it. So I had to take over for the person that was on register. Like, security called me over. It was like, hey, I need you to take over for this cashier. They're doing the cash card scam. I know you know what to do, so just take over. And if they try and do it, deny it. So I instantly step up, and I get smacked in the face with weed. Like, this guy is high out of his mind. And I'm like, how you fellas doing tonight? They're like, good, we're fine. for whatever reason, he's just trying to swipe his card. He's just trying to swipe the card, right? It's not. I'm like, you can try the chip. He's like, oh, the chip's broken. Chip looked fine. It looked like a brand new card he took out of the package. So he keeps swiping it. I'm like, all right, go ahead, swipe it again. It's just saying like, not accepting, whatever. So he's like, do you guys have a ATM in here? I'm like, yeah, we have one over in the corner over there. And I'm just kind of looking at security. I'm like, was I supposed to say that? So then I turn back and I suspend his transaction. And, he goes over to the ATM and he looks like he's like calling somebody or like calling the back of his card or whatever. And, he's still sitting at the ATM and I ring up his buddy. His buddy only gets a water and just plops a 20 down real quick. And he's like, thanks. and walks away. Granted, they were both high. And the guy like looked up at us and then like scurried out of the door real quick.
Oh my
god. It was so funny, dude. It was, yeah. That's my little cash card story for you.
Have I told these guys about the 3 dudes that surprised me in the back of the back of house while I was packing?
No.
I didn't tell them. All right, well then I have a Karen story. It's let's call it the triple threat Karen, because this is
the triple-headed dragon.
Yeah, this is a triple-headed fucking dragon Karen story. So, my job sometimes requires me to stay in the back of Target and pack items that were picked off the shelves in boxes so that they can go out and get shipped. Now, this particular day was fairly busy in the back because it wasn't busy for my department because I was by myself. It was busy in another department that's in the back room as well. They were in and out of the doors a lot, so the doors were left open. Now, at this point in the day, the other department kind of just left those doors open and were gone, and they may or may not have been coming in and out like every so often, but they really weren't that active anymore, so the doors were kind of just left open. But I wasn't going to close them because I didn't want to step on anybody's toes or anything like that. But most of the time, those doors are always supposed to be closed because you don't want guests in the back.
Right.
Now, on this day, the guests decided, well, the doors are open, so let's talk to the people in the back. So, I had one guy, right? Came to the back door. Was like, hi, how are you? Just wanted to know if you guys were selling belts. And I was like, yeah, if you turn to your right, you'll be able to go over there and get a belt. All of our men's belts are on that side of the store. He's like, oh, okay, thank you, I appreciate it. So he was cool, right? But you're not supposed to be in the back. Okay. Second guy comes. Hi, excuse me, I need some help, please. Okay, sir, how can I help you? You're not really supposed to be back here, but I can try to help you if you need some. He was like, well, I need to know where your Timex watches are. And I was like, well, I don't particularly know where our watches are. But any kind of men's apparel should be over in the men's section, because we don't have any other watches in any other sections besides women's, and he's not looking for a women's watch. He's looking for a men's watch. So I send him to the first place that I figure, and he's like, well, I already looked over there, and there's no watches over there. And I was like, well, sir, unfortunately, if there's no watches over there, then I do not believe we have any more watches in the store. Well, and he was like, well, who else can I talk to see if they can help me? And I was like, you can try to find somebody else on the store floor, but you can't come back here because I'm sorry, there's nobody back here that can help you. I can try to call somebody if you'd like. And as soon as I said that, he was like, you know what? I'll find it myself. And went right over there, and I saw him walk away with the watch. Right where I told him to go. Now, the third guy came to the back door and was like, excuse me, why are there no sales representatives on the floor? And I was like, I'm not sure, sir. Where were you? Were you looking for something in particular? And he's like, no, but I don't see any of your employees out on the floor. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, sir. I'm not exactly aware of what's going on the floor. And he's like, well, you should be. Walks away. Bitch, I'm in the back of the store. I'm supposed to know where everybody is, even if I'm not a manager. Does it say manager on my... Does it say... No. Does it say manager? Does it say manager? Can everybody see that? Does it say manager? No. It doesn't.
Did I tell my story of this guy that was cussing me out over a coffee machine?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
But I believe our good man Chris has a story for us. So, Chris, if you would like to call in, you're more than welcome to. And while we wait for Stream to kick back in so that he can hear that.
I'm trying to think. I know I have another story.
We've been working at this job for so long. I mean, you might as well have more than just that story.
I got it, but I lost it. I had it, but I lost it.
So it happens to the best of us. It's okay.
All right. Thank you for calling MoosePackPodcast.
What's up?
What's up?
Oh,
What's up?
dude, I have a story that I have been waiting to tell you since Monday.
Oh, snap. We got a good one.
So, a little bit of backstory.
Backstory.
I'm working at the college in New Jersey in the dorm rooms.
College in New Jersey in the dorm rooms.
Okay?
Got it.
And my journeyman,
Journeyman.
he had to take a real big shit.
Big shit.
So, while I was out getting hardware, I had to go to the store, pick up
Hardware.
toilet paper.
Paper.
So I went to the Dollar Tree,
Tree.
got the toilet paper, and I'm waiting in line. Now, there's about 4 or 5 people behind me, and in front of me, there is this, 80-year-old lady,
Okay.
right, wearing a full burqa, scientific experiment goggles,
Oh, my
an
God.
N95 mask, and 3 pairs of gloves.
Oh, my God.
So, she's buying a giant pack of toilet paper.
Got
Okay.
it.
So she puts the paper towels on the counter and takes 5 giant steps backwards, like the guy is trying to kill her.
Oh, my God.
So he says, "Okay, here you go. Your total is $9.95." Okay, she comes up to the counter, puts a ShopRite tote, carry-on bag on the counter, pulls her purse out of the bag, opens her purse, and unravels saran wrap.
Oh.
Goes in the saran wrap and pulls out a larger wad of saran wrap.
Oh, my
Puts
God.
it on the counter, unwraps it. Then, now that I'm figuring out what's going on, she then takes dollar bills that are individually wrapped in saran wrap
Oh, my God.
and is picking one up at a time and putting it on a pile looking for a $20 bill. She finds the $20 bill, unwraps it, throws it at the guy, takes a giant step back. He gives her her change, and she takes it, puts the money down on the counter, pulls out more unused saran wrap, and wraps each individual dollar bill with saran wrap. And then the coins that she got another giant wad of saran wrap out and opens it and throws the coins into this giant heaping thing of saran wrap, puts the coin saran wrap back in her purse. After she gets done wrapping all of the dollar bills, she puts them in the giant wad, wraps it all up, and then puts it back in her purse, wraps it all up, closes the purse and puts the purse back into the ShopRite bag. Now, by this point, there's like good 30 people waiting in line because this was like a half an hour event.
Sounds like an
This lady
ordeal.
was standing here,
Yeah.
and like a couple guys were like behind me. They were like making comments like, "What the fuck is this lady doing?" She has the nerve to look at us after she gets done, and also drops her toilet paper. When I ask her if she wants me to pick it up for her, and she says, "No, I got it." Picks it up, and then looks at me. She's like, "I don't know why all of you are being such fucking assholes to me," and leaves. And
Bitch,
the
because
guy,
all
the
your
cashier,
money's
is like,
wrapped
"I'm
in
so
fucking
sorry
saran
about
wrap.
that."
How can
Like,
you not
That
get
was
mad?
the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. So
Right.
far.
That's pretty anal. Like,
Oh yeah.
even like considering the fact that your money is one of the dirtiest things that you hold on you almost all the time if you carry cash.
I can almost guarantee you every single item that was in her purse, I mean lipstick, gum, everything was individually wrapped in saran wrap. I can almost guarantee it.
And I genuinely do not get how that helps because you're touching those items and then putting them back in the saran wrap, and depending on how many times you use them, even if you have gloves on, guess what's getting on all those items that you now store in saran wrap, which is even more securely wrapped together.
The gloves. I forgot that part of the story. After she gets done touching the money, before she leaves, she pulls her mask down, itches her nose, and then puts it back up with the gloves on.
You're retarded. Oh my god. She's
I
so.
forgot about
Oh
that
my
part.
god. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
She like.
And then she has the nerve to say something like us, like what are you doing with your
What did you just get done doing? What did you just get done doing? And we can't be looking at you like you have 3 heads. You're insane.
And I also had to explain that whole situation to my journeyman that's shitting his brains out waiting for toilet paper.
Oh my
And
god.
he's just like, that didn't happen. I'm like, dude, I wish I had my phone. I really wish I had it. I would have recorded that shit.
Holy shit.
I finally thought of my Karen story. So this lady comes in with a $80 item. Okay.
All right.
And usually how Target works is if you buy it for a certain price, when you try and come to return it,
Right.
you're going to get it back for that price that you paid.
Right.
Not for the online price, not for the price that it is now,
Mm-hmm.
for the price that you paid.
Right.
So this $80 item is
Right.
now $9 in our system.
$9?
$9.
Holy shit.
So we're sitting here, we're like, we can do the return, but this is going to be $10 back to you. She's like, no. Check that price in your scanner. It is $80. And we're like, yeah, but with the way that our system works, wherever you paid for it is what you're going to get back. And she had no proof of payment. She didn't have her card with her. She didn't have the receipt.
Right.
She just had the item. So we're like, yeah, there's nothing you can do. She's like, there's no fucking way there's nothing you can do. You're telling me that you're going to return this item that's $80 to me for $10.65?
Oh my god.
And we're like, ma'am, this has had to have been what you paid for it.
You mean that's what you're literally going to do after you just told me that's literally what you're going to do? Yeah, of course that's what we're going to do. Oh my god.
So, granted, before I got there, one of my other team members was there helping her. So they were like, she was like, let me speak to a manager. So they grabbed me. And
Of course they do.
Well, because any other manager there,
They're gonna
they'll do it, and then they won't realize what they did wrong, and then they won't tell us that they they won't tell the guests that we were right,
Right.
and it was just a one-time thing.
Right.
So they bring me over. I'm like, hi, how you doing? How can I help you? And they're like, oh yeah, this return item, is.
What just happened? What was that?
I gotta get going. I was just saying bye.
Okay.
Oh, all right. See you, Chris. Thank you for
Thanks for
your Karen
calling.
story. Sorry you can't talk longer.
Peace. All right, but so she's like, yeah, this $80 item is ringing up $9 in your system.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, like the only thing is that this must be like, do you have your receipt or the card that you paid with? She's like, no, I don't. I'm like, well, since you don't have proof of purchase, this has to be what you bought it for. And she's like, no, look at it. There's no way that this is $10.65. I'm like, ma'am, the way that our system works and the way that our policy works is whatever you paid for is what you're going to get back, which is why there's some discounted prices. You know, guests are going to be like, well, why is it this price? Because you paid for it at a discounted price. You're not going to get it for the price that it is now.
Right.
You're going to get it for the price that you paid for.
Which makes sense.
So she's like, so you're telling me if I go back there right now and you have more of them, they're going to be $10? I'm like, if the system rings it up that way, then yes. But as of what I know, it should ring up $79.99, and you know that's just gonna be that. I don't know how the price got changed to $9.99. I don't know why the price got changed to $9.99 because clearly it was supposed to be an $80 item.
Right.
So she's like, this is fucking ridiculous. I can't believe this. You're telling me that you're gonna return this to me for $10.65. I'm like, ma'am, I can either do that or I can let you have it back. And she's like, well, I'm going to go check and see if there's more back there because if they're $10, then I'm going to buy it for everybody that I know. I'm like, well, ma'am, if it does come up $9.99, I can honor one of them for you, but I can't honor everything. And she's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, no, ma'am, like that's just policy. That's just how it's going to be because clearly online, like I have visual proof that it's supposed to be $79.99.
Just how it's supposed to be.
And she's like, whatever, I'm going to go back and check. I'm like, okay, ma'am, like, I'm sorry about that. And she's like, oh, I'm sure you are. So then she goes back. She goes back into, like, our clothing section. Comes back up and is like, where are my car keys? And we're like, ma'am, like, I'm sorry, but we only have this one set that we just found, and they're not. Are they yours? And she's like, no, those aren't my fucking car keys. I'm like, I swear to God, I just left my car keys up here. And, you know, lo and behold, she finally finds them, and she just walks out the store with her merchandise. Didn't even go check and see if there was more, because she knew she was bullshitting. So I'm guessing she bought it at a different store, got them to change it to $10 for whatever reason.
Right.
Or they went to self-checkout, had a fake tag, and it rang up $10, and that's all they were charged for. So... But as soon as she walked away, I instantly went over. I'm like, hey, if this lady comes up with like a gingerbread house looking thing, she's a little bit older, like blonde hair. I need you guys to only honor one if it rings up $9.99. And I told the person I self-check out, I'm like, look out for this lady because if this is true, she's gonna try and come through, and it might be a ticket swap. Just watch it. So that's when she comes back up and is talking about her car keys and shit like that, and then she walks out of the store. But, like, why do you feel the need to try and fight it? Like, clearly you paid $9.99 for it. That's
like, if you wouldn't have, it wouldn't say you paid $9.99 in the system.
It would not be $9.99. Like, that's the only record that we have.
Right.
And, like, it's weird because you'd think, how is it linked like that?
Yeah.
You know, how is it from... Because the only way we could do it is essentially with her ID.
Right.
So, that's what I'm still baffled with. How is it going off of her ID that it's coming up $9.99, but online it's clearly $89.99?
Yeah.
So, I'm guessing it like, Target updated their systems and they can track it more.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. If you have a Target account, we can probably
work with you.
Well, no. If you have a Target account, we can probably track it through your ID.
Oh, right.
Because we have to put in your information, anyways.
Right.
Which I think is really smart of them. Which definitely helps them a shit ton.
Right.
yeah, that's my other Karen story.
Nice. Good job. Thank you for your Karen story.
Yeah. Should we even do a voting poll? I feel like
I
feel
don't
like
think there's
Saran
any
Wrap
kinda-
lady,
I don't-
lady wins this one.
Yeah, I think so.
Saran Wrap lady.
Saran
Should we?
Wrap
We
lady.
should look up a video though.
Of
Our bonus Karen co-star.
bonus Karen co-star. Okay. All right. Well, while you look up that, I have there are only a few people in chat right now, but I have a little bit of a question for you guys. So, if I were to start putting out videos each week, like maybe 2 videos a week, one on each day, 2 days a week, whatever days a week you guys choose. What do you guys think would be better what do you think would be better with your guys' schedule? Because streams are Tuesday, Thursday. I was thinking posting either Monday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Friday. I'm not sure if I should start the week off with content and end with nothing, or start my week of content on Tuesday and end on Friday. But I was probably going to put out I don't know. I'm not really sure what kind of content I want to start putting out. Whether it's gaming or maybe something a little bit more steered towards like comedy. I'm not sure yet. I did want to push out like clip videos of like the best clips of the week, like between the 2 videos, the 2 live streams. So if you guys have any suggestions or comments about those few things, definitely drop them down in chat, because I would definitely appreciate the opinions.
Sorry.
There was a video on TikTok earlier I saw about this kid, this grandma looking lady was trying to steal his fucking skateboard. And it looked staged, like it genuinely looked staged, but like I've seen videos of Karens stealing people's skateboards because like, we're not supposed to be skating here. What gives you the right to enforce that rule? Honestly. Like, let the people that are supposed to take the consequences out on these people that are doing these things, out on those people. Like, call the police. Tell them that they're trespassing. Bam. If they're not trespassing, they won't get arrested, and you're being a douchebag. If they are trespassing, they'll get arrested. Good for you. Thank you for calling. Whatever. If you really feel like you need to call the cops on like some skateboarders or some kids riding their bikes, more power to you. Stop being a dickhead about it. Friday is rough for you. Okay. All right, then I'll probably think towards Monday or Wednesday. We'll see though. I'm not sure what time I'd be releasing those videos anyway. It might be midday, say like noon. It may be like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, maybe 6 o'clock. I might do maybe later on in the evening, like anywhere between 4 and 6 o'clock, only because I know that's around the time that most people get home. I would either want to do that or around lunchtime. So, those are my 2 ideas in terms of like posting. But yeah, if you guys have any opinions on that, that would definitely be awesome. But I will definitely consider Fridays though, as like a maybe.
I just sent over a video on Messenger. Going briefly into it, it's there was an incident with somebody who got stabbed, And, when the first responders got there, somebody was trying to pull out, and, they got there and they were blocking their view, and this lady was not having it. That's all I'm going to say. Everything else I'm going to leave to the video. If we can get it pulled up.
There we go.
Nice.
There it is.
Nice. But yeah, it's yeah. It's a really messed up video. I'm hoping to try and get more stories up sooner than later. Or get more stories in general to have.
Sorry, hold on.
Just because that, obviously helps Karen of the Week actually go better.
Yeah.
But if you guys have any stories, you can personally DM us, and we can tell them anonymously if you would like. Also, if you have any Karen stories or posts or anything that you'd like to see, we do have a hashtag, which is MoosePackPodcast, exactly how you can see it spelled on stream. And it's the same thing as his YouTube and his Instagram. It's, you just go down into a post, and comment, hashtag MoosePackPodcast. We go through every Thursday through the comments or the hashtags, and we just want to see what kind of videos you got. It can be on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any social media like that. We will check it out for you, and we will see. We'll choose a story every week. It's roughly going to be around the same time, 8:30 to 9, depending on the topic. Tonight we had a pretty good topic, so we ran until 9. But some nights, the topic can get wrapped up pretty short, so we can get there at 8:30.
Sorry,
Usually,
guys. Okay, here we go.
Usually we have more topics too. That kind of helps bring a decision. Usually we have a decision oh, here, choose Karen A, B, or C. Usually we have that so you guys can vote on one, and then that'll be the Karen of the week. And I think we're looking into something a little bit more complex in that too. But you'll just have to stay tuned for that, and see if we actually bring that to life.
All right. Here is Karen of the week. Sorry, hold on. Trying to figure this. Come on! Oh, snap. God dang it. God dang it. Oh. Oh, God dang it.
Turn the volume up on your phone a little bit too.
The world is not going to stop. If that was critical, they wouldn't be sitting in a parking lot doing critical, that. Right? Yeah. Okay.
This lady's disgusting.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that people don't like that. That's just tough shit.
Why are
are you harassing first responders doing their job, though?
It's tough shit.
Well, you're on.
Because you told me that you weren't going to leave him. You were going to head out. Just hang tight, okay? You're almost done. Yes, I know. If that was an emergency crisis, they wouldn't stay there. Have a good day. You too.
Yeah, that's just
Yikes.
if they no. All right, there's a process. They have to address the wound, make sure the person's okay. You know, they have to make sure the person's okay, make sure the area is clear, then address the wound, address what they can do. You know, relax, lady.
Right, exactly. Jesus Christmas.
Like if this was your husband's life, I'm sure you'd be a little bit more patient.
Right, like
Dickhead.
the consideration that goes into complaining is little to none, especially with people that already have problems in their lives. The reason to complain for them is so much more important than being considerate to other people.
Like why? Like there is no reason that 10, 20 minutes out of your day should, you know,
It should
like,
take 10, 20 minutes, maybe
should
half
not
an hour.
matter.
It should not be going towards harassing an ambulance.
you know
Was
what?
it an ambulance or was it? I'm pretty sure it was an ambulance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on now.
It,
An ambulance?
yeah,
You're really gonna complain about an ambulance? What's next? Are you gonna complain about an ambulance? You know, you being courteous to get let an ambulance go by in traffic? Is that where you're gonna complain about next?
It's yeah. There's another story for next week under there too. So, which is another pretty good one. So
All right, cool.
we at least have a video for next week already. But that is just so gross to me. That is so disgusting, in my opinion. You're gonna yell at a a first responder to a situation for somebody else, and like you're not even gonna be courteous of what they have to do.
Right, like they could be the next people to save your life, and you're like, oh, they're parked in a parking lot without having to save one. Oh, you shouldn't be here. Come on,
Like
get a life.
It's a shame because that's what ties.
Wow, I'm stunned. Yeah, us too, Mom. Us too.
That's what ties into some people saying that. I mean, into white privilege. No, because really, she's sitting here thinking, you need to be out of my way.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's white privilege. I just think she has what's called an internal entitlement.
I'm saying that's what's
That's
leading
what it's- that's-
people to look at it as and think of it as.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's what it is.
Right.
I'm just saying that's
That's something that people could look at it like.
and that's somebody that can be like, here, look, this is an example.
Yeah, this is an example of white privilege. No,
Like-
it's not. It's just a fucking batshit lady crazy that doesn't get what she wants, so now she's mad.
Like it's disgusting how she's like, oh, I'm superior. You need to get out of my way.
Even Mom was like, "Did you just go there, Marcus?"
No, because
No.
Like-
Just listen. It makes sense. You're just trying to make the comparison.
it's what somebody would use it as, and
Yeah.
it's sad. Like I can see that.
Yeah, I can totally see somebody going that. I more saw somebody that was just completely, entirely like consumed in whatever they were doing, that this ambulance is impeding on that, and the internal entitlement that they have. Like, oh, well, this person should be stopping my day. I'm so much more important than this.
That's disgusting.
Right.
Anybody that's like that needs to stay away from me.
Yeah, no thank you.
I do not want that. What is your mom again?
Oh, well, it retracted message, and then it just says lol. So
Okay, all right. Yeah, all right. I feel a little bit better after that one.
Yeah.
But it's, that's just, like, that's so messed up.
Right.
If I see anybody like that, I'll be so quick to back them up.
Oh, yeah. Instantly.
The other people, not the Karen. The other people.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna back up the Karen. And, you know.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. He's not
I had to clarify it again after
Karen.
the first situation. I had to make sure I was
Oh,
right.
yeah. Gotta make sure.
But yeah, man. Man, we really touched on a couple different subjects, huh?
Yeah. Pretty crazy night, man. Pretty crazy
pretty
night.
wild night, my dude.
Yeah, pretty wild night, my bro. I think we're getting towards the end here, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna wrap it up a little short.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up a little short tonight. I know. I know we're cutting it pretty short, but I did want to end between 2 and 3 hours. I have a very early shift tomorrow, which I'm so excited for. You have no idea how much I loved saying yes to that call over the walkie. Can you come in at 4 a.m.? Yeah, sure, of course. Which is when the store opens. Like, the inbound people come in, which is the people that take the stuff off the trucks before people get there, come in. You know how excited I am about that? So excited. But anyway.
Your mom said something else in chat.
You guys respond way later than my message, so I didn't think, but that would make sense. Just pointed out Marcus went there with the white privilege comment. Too soon. Just too soon.
No, there's like big delay, and I think that's with any streaming platform. There's just delay between the stream and then when the comments are put out.
Yeah, even if I put live comments on my screen, it'll get to me slower than it will get to Marcus. And even the delay between my screen, which I'm watching the stream right now in front of me in studio mode on YouTube, it's, I think, probably anywhere between 10, 15, maybe 20 seconds behind. I'd say maybe like 10 to 15 seconds behind what we're actually doing.
Yeah, so, I mean, if we ever get late to responding to something or, like, reading something off, we're trying to see it as soon as we can. It's just, like, there's an actually really big delay.
Right. But, yeah, I'm glad that everybody that came out tonight came here. I'm glad to see you guys always come back. I really appreciate everything that you guys come here for. Not yet. But I just I want to let you guys know that I appreciate you guys coming out every week. It really means a lot. Even though, like, the watch, the people that are watching, the group isn't too big yet. I'm still very, very thankful for you guys. I thank the fact that I have viewers every day, no matter how many I have, and that will never change. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming out every Tuesday and Thursday. It means the world. I'm trying to make this whole podcast into a reality. And it's something that I really want to take off. And the more people that consistently come back are, it's so much more appreciated than you'd think. So thank you guys for coming. Come back out again next week, Tuesday and Thursday, as always, at 7 p.m. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. We love you all.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Have a good night. Sleep well. Have good dreams. Live good lives. Have a good day tomorrow and the next day until you get back here and watch us again, and even have a better day when you come back here.
Saddam PP. Yeah, that's me.
It is me. MoosePack Podcast. Come back out. See you later. Peace.